Briefing lasted close to an hour. Coach announcing his final 23-man squad. This for Equatorial Guinea 2015. Coach, welcome once again to SABC News Channel 404. The die has been cast, so to speak. Your final 23, your warriors, the country's warriors, have been announced. It's now up to them to go do duty for their country.
Yeah, no, thanks a lot, and thanks for all the clubs that have afforded us an opportunity to use their players, as well as the people who supported SAFA, the media, everybody. Yes, we have selected the 23 players. Those are the players that are going to soldier on out in Equatorial Guinea 2015 AFCON. We think and we do believe that the boys that we've selected, really, they'll go and do the country proud.
Speaking about the boys, I mean, it was a tough decision. You had a young group of players, all of them who were at their best, if I can put it that, who performed very well and as far as leading up to the camps. We're speaking about the headache for Coach Shakes for the past couple of weeks since you've been in camp, but after all, you had to choose the best of the best that you thought could do the country proud and do well at the competition.
Yeah, you're quite right. Let me just rectify this. It's not what I thought. It's what they showed. We selected based on their performance. You're quite right. I mean, at this point in time, if you look at all 23, and it shows that there's still a lot of talent that it's still idling in the country. Yeah, we need to sit down and look at saying our junior teams. Let us identify as many players as we can, and that will help us. If you look at, after a long time, to have two young players in our senior national team, Rivaldo and the other young boy. I mean, we still have to unearth a talent of that age so that when we prepare for the long time, for the future, we are able to say this player will take us for another next 5-6 years, rather than chopping and changing a team. That is why at times we struggle to achieve our goals.
Coach, also I think what has been interesting looking or listening to you in the press conference, the reasoning behind the selection. There's certain things that went beyond just saying he's a good player. You wanted a player in good standing. You wanted a player who's obviously right in the head mentally. It's sort of a different approach than what I think South African sports is used to, because we say, look, he's good enough, he should play. But this time around, it seems that the coach is no longer a coach, it's what we call a manager, because that's how you get the best out of the players. You take off the little things and bring out the best in them.
I think what we tend to be missing, we term ourselves coaches and it's finished. On the other hand, we're fathers to these boys. Things that you're talking about, I mean, level-headed. It's good for the team. You don't need a player who will always be proud, pompous, and look at other players down. That breaks the team spirit. You need a player who will be able to solve problems. Where there are boys, you'll always get problems. And you'll need a guy with leadership skills. When things are not right, be able to be a bridge between the technical committee as well as the players themselves. When there's a problem, it mustn't always come on the table of the technical committee. Yes, there are those serious things that we can bring onto the technical committee to sort out. But level-headedness, it must be one of the criteria to select players.
Other important factors that you mentioned are that, well, we don't have a captain. Every single one of these players is the captain. I'm sure that the coach will probably announce the captain a bit later on, when closer to the beginning of the competition. But looking at your squad, I mean, it seems to be fairly straightforward. It's the names, the boys that did duty for you during qualifiers. You've kept faith in them, with the obvious inclusion of a couple of players.
Yeah, no, you're quite right. If you look at those that we included, we were not in the qualifiers. It is because we ran short in those departments, and we couldn't deprive players that can do a job because they were not in the qualifiers. Yes, of course, if you look at all of them, they played in the qualifiers and they did their best. The question of the captain, you know, we're following what our technical master plan that has been introduced by South African Football Association. It talks about molding, building up leaders for the future. So if you're going to take one player and say you're the captain, the others, they're learning nothing. We've got to sort of like look at a question of rotating these boys, give them the responsibility of controlling the other boys, telling them what is right, telling them what is wrong. And the most important thing that you get out of that is the respect that they will show on each other.
Overall happiness with the squad, looking forward to the competition?
Yes, you know, we're looking forward to it. And I know a lot of people keep on saying, they've got to go and win the championships. champions don't say that. What the champions say, they'll say, yes, we need to get rid of all those small problems on our route to win the championships. We're definitely going to compete there. It will be a very, very great thing and a big bonus for us to bring that trophy back home.
Well, Coach Shakes Mashaba, I'm going to let you go on that note because I know there's other media journalists I'd like to speak to. Let's give a final word to the country. I know we mentioned a final word because I know SABC News Channel 44 is checking this out. Also, our radio stations are obviously listening into this, wanting to know what the coach says to the country as it leads his team out to do battle.
First of all, it's that time of the year, you know, where everybody's celebrating the Christ birth, and then of course we're looking forward to the coming New Year 2015. What we like to say to our people, take it easy, never rush on things. To those who are going to travel, don't drink and drive. It's very serious. We always read statistics, and we don't want our people to be part of the stats. And to those who are going to holidays on the seas as well, don't drink and drive on the sea. You're gone forever. If you have taken enough, go rest, sleep. And once more, finally, we'd like to thank everybody in the country. That is the media, the South African Football Association, our fans, our supporters, churches as well. They've been sending us prayers all the time when we play. And we'd like to say, and all those social centers where we have been to, the knock that they gave us, we appreciate that. We'd like to say to everyone, the war begins. This is where we need you now. Support the team. And we invite you, when we come back from Equatorial Guinea, be part of the crowd that's going to welcome us back.
Coach Shakes Mashaba speaking to us right on SABC News Channel 44. Coach, thank you very much. Wishing the best of luck, you and the team. Well, that's how we're going to wrap it out.